All right, welcome. Today we are going to pull back the curtain on a pretty fascinating sales page for a product called the HGH Activator Youth Regeneration Program. We're not just going to look at what they're selling, we're going to deconstruct how they're selling it. We'll follow the breadcrumbs from these huge, life-changing promises all the way down to the tiny, easy-to-miss fine print. Let's jump right in.
So right out of the gate, you're hit with this. This is the core promise. It's not just about looking a little better, it's about a transformation so complete you couldn't even dream it up. This, right here, is the emotional hook. It's designed to speak directly to that little voice in all of us that wishes we could turn back the clock. So how do they build a case for a promise this big? While the pitch starts by leaning into this idea of a secret to youth, right? It's a classic setup. This first part is all about casting a super wide net, throwing out a whole list of potential benefits to grab the attention of as many different people as possible. And just look at the sheer range of these promises. It's kind of wild. We're not just talking about one or two little things. They're promising a complete overhaul of your body and mind. You've got better memory, tighter skin, you're burning fat, building muscle, your sex life is better. The message is pretty clear. This one bottle can fix, well, pretty much everything. And this is just a brilliant example of how they use language. They don't just say it'll make your skin better. No, they paint a picture. They use the word imagine to pull you in and get you to visualize this very specific, very desirable outcome. This is Sales 101. Connect with emotion, not just logic. Okay, so once they've dangled all these amazing benefits in front of you, they know what your next question is going to be. Yeah, right. How is any of this possible? So let's get into the next section and see the scientific-sounding reason they give for how this all supposedly works.
This is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If you're hooked by the promises, your skeptical brain is starting to kick in, going, okay, prove it. What's the secret sauce? And don't you worry, the sales page has an answer all ready to go.
And here it is. The whole pitch is built on one thing: human growth hormone, or HGH. Now, HGH is a real thing, of course, but the way the source material frames it is very simple. HGH is the key, the one hormone that's absolutely essential to staying young.
Now this is a really important and frankly very clever distinction. The source is super clear that the product itself does not contain HGH, and that would be a whole different ballgame, likely a prescription drug. Instead, the claim is that this stuff gives your body the tools to naturally stimulate its own production. See the difference? It lets them sell it as a supplement.
So we've got the what, the fountain of youth, and the how, stimulating HGH. The next logical step is to show you what's actually making it all happen. So let's take a look inside the bottle at the specific ingredients they list.
First on the list is L-arginine. The page claims this amino acid works kind of like a bouncer at a club. It gets rid of these things called somatostatins, which supposedly block HGH production. So the idea is L-arginine clears the path so more HGH can get through.
Next up is ornithine alpha-ketoglutarate. Yeah, I know. The source describes this one as a precursor. Basically, it's a raw ingredient. Think of it like this. Your body wants to bake a cake. That's the HGH. And this stuff is the flour and sugar you need to do it. Then we have L-lysine, and notice they call it an essential amino acid. That's a great marketing word. It means your body can't make it, so you have to get it from somewhere else, like, say, their product. It's presented here as a critical piece for making hormones. And finally, there's L-glycine. They say this one does two things. It's a building block for proteins, and it helps transmit signals in your brain. So you can see how they've put together an ingredient list that sounds very scientific, very comprehensive, and touches on all these different biological functions. All right, we've seen the incredible promises, we've heard the science, we've looked at the ingredients, but even after all that, you might still be thinking, I don't know. So, the next part of the sales pitch is all about taking away that fear. It's about making an offer so good, it feels like there's nothing to lose. And this is the magic number. 180. That's how many days you get to try the product. A full 6-month money-back guarantee. A number that big is designed to do one thing: scream confidence and make you feel like there is absolutely zero risk. And they really double down on this. The source says if you're not absolutely thrilled, you can send back the unused portion, or heck, even the empty bottle, and get all your money back. They call it a no-risk test drive. It's a clever way to frame it, right? It's not a purchase, it's just an experiment. And then you get to the pricing. Classic tiered model. You can buy one bottle for $59. Or you could get 3 and the price per bottle drops a bit.
But look at that last option. If you buy the 6-month supply, the price per bottle gets slashed almost in half. And just in case you weren't sure what to do, they've slapped a big old best value label right on the most expensive package. It's a textbook psychological nudge.
So we've been through all the exciting parts, the promises, the deal. But every sales page has another section. It's usually tucked away at the bottom in tiny text. It's time to read the fine print. Let's get into our final section, where the story takes a bit of a turn.
Yep. After all that colorful language and all those vibrant promises, we end up here. This is where the soaring marketing copy crashes back down to earth and meets legal reality. It's a huge contrast, and it's there for a very, very important reason.
So here's what it all comes down to. The fine print is basically a legal shield. It says these statements haven't been evaluated by the FDA. It says this product is not meant to treat or cure any disease. It even admits the whole website is just the author's opinion and that those amazing testimonials, the people might have been paid. The photos could be professional models. In other words, what you see might not be the real story.
And then there's this, which might be the most fascinating part of the entire page. After everything they've said, after all the claims, the source flat out tells you to go talk to a real doctor about your health. It's kind of like them saying, hey, we've told you a great story, but you should probably get a second opinion.
And that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? When you lay it all out like this, from a promise to restore your youth beyond your wildest dreams, all the way down to a disclaimer that says it's not meant to cure anything, it makes you think. How does this whole journey, from that initial emotional hook to the cold, hard, fine print, actually shape how we think about what's being sold? It's a masterclass in persuasion, and definitely something to keep in mind. Thanks for joining me.